me anyhow. Job I no get. The pikin I never born. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. While we continue our gist, we'll continue our series. I'm going to try on this hair today. If you see my hair, you see that I have sister locks on. That means me and we are not, best of friends. Basically, wigs give me headache. I don't know if it's because of how tight they make it, or I really don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be trying this hair. It's actually a synthetic hair. They say it's 100% premium fiber. There's this lady that tried it on IG. I got this from Amazon actually, and it was, I think, $78. I'm like, you know what? It's US. I think it's US 65 or so. When I converted Canadian, $78. I'm like, why not? I'm gonna try it. If I don't like it, at least it's $78. I'm not gonna use it and keep messing. So yeah. Um, where are we starting from today? Basically, we had done everything: the IUI, the IVF, different sessions and different doses of clomid and all of those drugs to boost ovulation, to both the ones that were self prescribed, I mean, and the ones that were opinion prescribed, friends prescribed, everything and all. So at this point, we just left it and then we chilled. Oh, this is what it looks like. Okay. So we just left it and we chilled because I wasn't gonna kill myself. And then soon after, we got feedback for our relocation. We basically just moved our focus to our relocation and all, and that was what we basically did. So we came into Canada. So this is how the hair is. They already did baby hair in front. I'm usually not a fan of baby hair, but let's see. Oh, okay. This isn't bad. Look at this. Oh, doesn't feel. It feels like premium attachment, like premium extension attachment. I hope I like this hair. Not like I'm going to cry if I don't like it, but I don't know. Like I would rather have this kind of affordable hair so that when I don't really rock it because of my aversions to wig. Is that the right word? Basically, because of the issues I'm having with wigs, headaches, and all of that, then I won't really be angry like that because it's less than $100. So yeah, as I was saying, I don't know if this happened to every immigrant, sha, but when we came in, at that point, like I was over all of the stress, giving myself headache and thinking about anything. For me, it was just, you know what, more like let's hit the ground running. You see what I did there? Yeah, it was more like let's hit the ground running, like job wise and all of that. So we've been started applying for jobs before we left Niger, to be honest. And then when we got here, it was more intensified. We're looking for jobs and all, like from day one. I wasn't even about to chill because I wanted my mind to be occupied and all. So we're still looking for jobs. Okay, it has clips in here as well. Just take this off. Yep, let's see. Has clip at the back. This is what it looks like. It has a lace. Oh, the lace is pretty. That's good. I'll just use my foundation on it to make it more of my skin tone. And then let's see what it looks like. So, I'm going to put on my wig cap. So we then start looking for jobs. I'm a planner. I literally like plan I've thought of, or I've already mapped out my 5 years from now, my 10 years. Like I'm a very serious planner. So when we start looking for jobs, when we're leaving, in my head, I'd already planned like 1 month, 2 months, at least one of us will learn something good to start doing, and or something decent to start doing. Now tell me why we were applying for jobs and then you'll be getting unfortunately up and down. Yeah, I'm like, you say what? Even jobs I'm overqualified for. You're telling me unfortunately. How? No? My mind was now playing games on me. I'm like, at least when I was in Niger, at least I had job. Even if like we hadn't had even if we didn't have children at the time, but at least something was going for us. Our jobs were sweet. Promotions were coming every 2 years. Everything was okay. Like we were living the life, for lack of a better word, right? So which one is that I now moved to for better everything. Then the job is doing me anyhow. Job I no get. The pikin I never like what's going on? Oh no, it messed with also. It no, it messed with me, right? At the point I was even considering maybe we should go back home and just chill. When we get jobs, we come back finally. Like I didn't mind, but my husband was like, me and we is playing that roughly. That what we have come is that we have come and something is going to work out to get. So when we're still trying to now settle in, we joined different Nigerian groups. That was how we now got a doctor. Because first off, you have to look for a family doctor. For things that have to do with specialists, you have to be referred, right? So we then had to get a family doctor first. And it was interesting because one of the groups that we're in, after like say 5 weeks after we landed, someone just put in something in the group to say that oh, there's a Nigerian doctor that's accepting patients. So went and saw the doctor, did all of the history and all of that stuff, and then he became our family doctor. Our first appointment with the guy, we went in, they had to do like all of the tests, medical history, and everything. So about to where this week the moment of truth is upon us. Three, two, one, action. Ooh, this isn't bad at all. Uh-uh. No, the hair is giving what the girl on the well, the lady said it would give. Because yeah, ooh, you wouldn't even know that this is a cheap hair, for lack of a better word. Oh, you wouldn't. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, it's giving for somebody that complains about wig every Ike market day. By the time I remove this one and say, "Oh, I'm tired," and I'm flinging it up and down, I won't be shouting after I spend so much money. I can't wait. Or my husband won't be eyeing me in one corner after I've used all our money to buy it. I'm not wearing it. Oh, this is nice. And this is what it looks like at the back. Oh, oh, it's beautiful. I love it. See, even the kind baby curls I was talking about, see them. They have just blended into the hair. Ah, no, it's beautiful. I love it. Hot comb. I'm waiting for it to come on so I can push it back. But in the meantime, let me just try to let me try to do what? Cut out the lace. The lace. The moment of truth is here. So we went in, saw the doctor, we gave our history, and then a relationship started. So we talked and all, and then he just basically asked about life. Because what they will do, they will take your history, then you do some blood tests, like what have you done, what's going on, do you have any illness, have you ailments, and all of that. So for us, it was clean, to be honest. Nothing, there was no worries and all. And then I had to also mention that I had done a fibroid surgery and all of that. So he probed like, oh, is there a reason like we decided to do it? Like, was it just giving me issues or why? And then they'll ask all of the questions like, do you have kids and all of that. So that was where the whole topic for our family doctor here in Canada started. And then I'm just making darts so I can not that like marks, so I know where to cut from. So we then explained to him. He's like, oh, history, children, and all. No. And then there's this thing that they say in medical terms, like um, when it like your number of pregnancies and your number of children are not necessarily the same, right? Like for maybe if you've had like a miscarriage and all, it's counted as number of pregnancy, but it doesn't necessarily reflect number of children. So when all of that happened, then we then delved into the history and everything. Then he was asking, and then we told him and all. And I said, "Oh, okay," and all of that. And then he said something about again that based on age, biologically, you should do this, you should do that. And me, I said at this point, I'm like, okay, because to be honest, it wasn't like we weren't oblivious of the fact that we were still going to talk about it or do it. Like we weren't honestly oblivious of the fact that this is still something that we might need to see a doctor for and all of that. Except that this time we just weren't maybe like in the mental, we didn't just have the mental capacity or the mental energy to start doing all of that yet. So for us, it was just slow and steady. Like it wasn't something we were rushing into, for lack of a better word. God, let me not go and cut rubbish on this wig. So we just stayed, we talked and all. And then we started seeing him. But me, when he was now talking, it was like, oh, that he could refer us to to different this, different that. I mean, I'm like, oh yeah, that's okay, but this is not what we are here for yet, right? A time for that will come. But for now, let's just get this whole registration over with, and then we can now start focusing on other things. Because at the point when we landed, we were staying with our yard members. So there's no way I'm in somebody's house and I'm making babies. I'm sorry. But that's not how it works for me or in my head. So we oh, I'm supposed to get a clip to hold this, but for sake of this video, let's just continue. I'm not about to leave you people halfway to go and collect clip. So we then went on, did all the tests and all. And then after about 6 months, so now we had a now it was we were okay, like medically and everything were covered. We have a family doctor and everything was, good. And then I think sometime in November or so we had an appointment with him. And then when we went in, it was just generally his normal checkup. He's our doctor and all. And then he now mentioned that he was going to put in a referral for us to see, like, since we had already tried IVF back home, he was going to put in a referral for us to see a fertility clinic here in Canada. And we're like, okay. And then he mentioned that he was putting in the referral now because getting an appointment date, sometimes it takes months to get, which is standard for this part of the world. So we're okay with it. Come on, it doesn't like it didn't cost us anything. He can put in the appointment. And then this was happening in November. And in December, I remember that we were on vacation. And then in December, we got a call. You know what? I'm going to take this thing off and try to trim it. I think I've gotten the basics that I need to trim it, like the lining and everything. And then in December, we got a call to say, oh, that they were calling to book an appointment because we were referred this. I'm like, oh wow, that's in faster than we thought. Set up a time and everything. It was really fast. I told my husband because it was my number they called. And I was like, wow, again, like shocking that they came back to us really early. So we booked it, and then sometime in January we went in and we saw and we started. So this time around, the where he sent us to was like I said, I mentioned earlier, it was a fertility clinic. So the fertility services, like things like the IVF or IUI, is covered by OHIP. OHIP being Ontario Health Insurance Policy. However, when you go in, you have to pay for like administrative fees and all. We started. So I had sort of they ran a couple of tests on both me and my husband, and then the after all of the tests, we had a gynae assigned to us or a fertility doctor. I don't know what they are assigned to us. So it felt like the beginning of not of that journey. And now don't forget that while all of this was going on, we're still in the job market. I had gotten something, or we had gotten something, but it wasn't necessarily what we wanted at the time. So we're doing this and just still being in the job market. So for my fellow immigrants, imagine that you're doing this and still dealing with, unfortunately, your CV, unfortunately. But unfortunately, that's when I mean unfortunately, I'm talking about rejection mails after a job application or an interview and all of that. So I'm being so careful because I'm trying to cut this and I don't want to make any mistake. And I think I did good enough. I'll wear it again so I can see. We saw a doctor, an amazing lady, saw us, went through our history again, looked at it, and then said, "Oh, okay, that everything, woo, it looks good." Went through, okay, this is really a low maintenance hair. Ah, hot comb should not now spoil it for me. This is a serious low maintenance hair. It's given. I just relocked my hair. Are you sure I will not wear this? I'm going out tomorrow. Are you sure I won't wear this wig? Like the wig is catching me. Went in, saw the lady and all. And then she said, "Oh, okay, that she would just advise that we do that for her. IVF is like the almost the end of the struggle. Basically, before you get to IVF, there are other options that you can try. You could try now before you do IVF as the final leap. And in this case, don't forget that the government pays for it, right? So before you get to it, they would have, of course, exhausted every other possible option before you now start doing that. Starts now saying, okay, IVF. So they now put me on some medications that were supposed to help, like um, to help basically. We took all of that, and then when you're taking the medications, you also have to be coming in for checks to see how your body is reacting and all of that. Basically, this whole process, sorry, before I continue, let me mention, like, I've been combing this hair with different levels of comb and it's not shedding. If you look at this, I don't know if you can see it clearly, it's from the trimming of the lace that I did. This hair is good hair. If you can look for it, this is the name. What lace? Indeed, what lace? Duh. This is what it looks like. The one I got is 1B Latisha. This is it, if you can see it. And it's good. Oh, it is good. For someone that doesn't have wig stress, I know I love it. If you're like me, you need low maintenance hair, not very pricey, that is quite affordable and gives you the look, you can go for this. It's no, I love it. It's okay. As in, I like it. We then we started, and then but the doctor that we met said because the IVF wait list is quite long, she was going to just put us on the list, right? If for any reason we are called early, good and fine. Otherwise, we'll just start every other, like all the other treatment. Like we had a treatment plan. First the drugs, and then we can do IUI, and then we can do all of that. So we'll just start with it and then be on the list because the list wait time is a lot. So we said okay, because what else was I going to say? Let's think about it. It was okay now. So we continued. And then while I'm gisting, I'll just be trying different patterns, like for this hair to see how I'll be rocking it when I decide to rock it. So we then started the treatment. And for some of it, and when they gave me the treat, so here now, yes, the treatment and everything is free, but you buy your drugs. Your drugs are not covered by OHIP. Fertility drugs are not covered by OHIP. So you have to buy your drugs by yourself, like when they are prescribed. So the ones that they gave me, I got it. I also had one injection as well. Like I had one that I had to self-inject. But at this point now, self-injecting myself was not a new business. We had done more than that, more than one safe. So we just started, and then you come in for them to do checks and all of that, and then they will tell you like days for you to have relationship, for you to have fellowship, basically, and all. Like it was now becoming, it was now stressful. I can't even lie. And me, I'm like, to be honest, at this point, all I just need is to settle into this new country that we have come to. All these things are not basic, are not really the forefront of my mind anymore, to be honest. So I was just, well, it's let's just do it now. Like at the time, it's not like it wasn't part of, like it wasn't in our heart when we're leaving. It was there, but it wasn't for we just relocated today, and let's start it. Yes, this thing I'm talking about is 6 months after we had relocated. Still, I'm like, let's first land our jobs and then we know what exactly we are doing with our lives. So we continued, of course. They gave me the drugs and all. And then I realized that now when we our appointment was in January. So I had it, the whole drug, this the first set, or medication, not drugs. The first set was in February. Nothing. I moved on. I didn't really think about it. And then March, again I moved on. Then in April, we had one more. And then after that one in April, they were now supposed, that was like 3 times, they were now supposed to move me to a different kind of treatment. When April, taking this drug and all, and then I was in so much pain that I just sent a message to my husband. I'm like, babes, when God is ready to give us babies, He will. I am tired. Like my body is in so much pain to continue. I am not doing again. I said, no, I'm not doing again. Wait a minute. How can I be in this kind of pain? No, it's never this, it's never that deep. And that was it. So I didn't go back to the hospital in May. And then I remember I remember that in May they called me in May they called me and they were like, oh, the nurse that called me was like, oh, you missed your appointment or something. I'm like, no, I didn't miss my appointment. I called to say I wasn't coming in, like I'm canceling. So I feel like because of how difficult it is to one get the appointment, to be on the treatment plan and all of that, the lady sounded so shocked. She was like, "What? You're canceling your appointment?" I'm just trying to reconfirm. I said, "Yes, I'm canceling. I'm not coming again. And I'm not going to see me. The one I've done is enough. I'm not doing it again." Ah, the nurse I worked to, the consultant that was assigned to me, called that. Oh, the nurse said that I'm canceling my appointments and everything. That is everything okay and all, that she just wanted to reconfirm. And I confirmed to her that yes, I'm canceling the appointment. I'm not doing it anymore. Like I'm tired. I'm canceling the appointment. She was like, oh, okay, no problem. But that because I already paid the administrative fee, I still had access to the hospital, to the doctor whenever I wanted, just in case I changed my mind within the year. Because the money that you pay, or the administrative fee that you pay, is for your cycle, like all the end to end, like it's basically for the period that you're with them. I was canceling and they were going to take my name out of the file or something, or out of their file. I still had access for the year because I had already paid and it was not refundable. So I said, no problem, that's it, okay. In my mind, I'm like, I'm not even going to use it. So let me just focus on getting what I wanted. Let's just focus on settling into this country and making the best out of it, instead of just having this thing hang over our heads again. And basically, yeah, that was what we did. We just stopped and then focused all our energy on settling in, getting what we really wanted, and all of that. And yeah, that's it. So I stopped taking the drugs and everything in April. And then so after that April where I said I wasn't doing it again. In May, I started having, you guys remember that I said I had the fibroid surgery. I started having excruciating pain around where I had the fibroid surgery. This pain, I'm telling you, is so excruciating, like it was intense. And because remember, we still had access to the fertility hospital and the gynae there. I didn't want to now go to my doctor, because if I go to my doctor, he will have to book an appointment with a specialist. I just called the fertility doctor to say I wanted to see Dr. XYZ, which is my doctor, the one that was assigned to us. And then we got an appointment and then we went in. Luckily for me, we got our appointment was early. It was like 2 weeks after I called. So when we went in to see the doctor, I explained everything to her, and then she did a test and a scan. And then she said, "Oh, that she's seen why I'm in so much pain. That the fibroid surgery that I did, something wasn't done right. That it's hemorrhaging from inside. Like when you have like a hemorrhage is, I'll put a definition of what hemorrhage is. Hemorrhage. Ugh. So it was like that is hemorrhaging from inside. So that's why it's this painful, and that I might need a surgery to correct it." My lovelies, tell me why. The moment she just said it, I started laughing. Good. She was like, "Oh, why is anything wrong?" I'm like, "Look at me. I am not doing any surgery to correct it." Like, I was done. My God, that raised the dead can heal hemorrhage. I be hemorrhoid. I'm like, "My dear, skip me with that BS. I'm doing nothing." She was like, "Oh, okay." That she just wanted to let me know, and in case I change my mind, I'm like, "No problem. But I'm not going to change my mind." That was how I left. So she now had to put me. They had to put me on serious painkillers because the pain was like then when I feel my stomach, I could literally feel like the whole that place was hard. But then I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing this. So I was bearing that pain, and husband was like, "You just have to, maybe go and see a doctor and just do something about this." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing anything. My God, that raised the dead. My God, that healed the woman with the issue of blood. My God, that gave restored sight to the blind, made the lame to walk. What is cockerel hemorrhoid? I be hemorrhage that he cannot attend to." You get, so that's it. That's what I did, and then I didn't do any procedure. I know get power. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for sticking with me to this time. I hope this thing is focused though. Why is it looking like it's not focusing? I can cry if this thing is not clear. On God, I can cry. I just hope this thing recorded though, because I don't understand why it's not looking clear in my eye. Sha, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you all in the next one. I love you. I want you to know that Jesus loves you even more. Ooh, this hair is nice. If you're looking for something low budget, you don't really want to spend so much money, then you can try this. It looks good on me, right? It looks good on me. It looks good on me.